Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So this week's video, what happens when we fall in love and why doesn't it last forever? Well, it's an interesting topic, isn't it? I think so anyway. And so the thing that happens really is when two people are ready to fall in love, of course it's got to be the right person, the chemicals within our system need to be right, and the timing has to be perfect, and we never know when it's going to happen, but when it does happen, you see, we have because we're all connected to the divine, we have a divinity within us. There is an aspect of us that is divine, although many don't show that part. We usually show our personality type while we're here, but there is a divine aspect of us, all of us. And when everything's ready, when everything's right, when all of the timing's right and the person's right and they happen to meet, then what happens is the divine feminine within the man is projected onto the woman in a heterosexual relationship, and the divine masculine of the woman is projected onto the man. That's what happens. And because it's divine, it's all perfect. And that's why when you fall in love, those of you that have been in love, or those of you that will fall in love, you'll remember this, that what happens is you look at this being and they are divine, they're absolutely incredible. But because it's a projection, you see, you're projecting the divine onto the other. And the projection can't last because it's not real. No projection is real. We project all of our disharmonious energies onto life, all of the people we don't like. We project all of the stuff that we're in resistance to looking at within ourselves onto other people. But in the time of falling in love, we project the divine force within us onto the other partner. So the man projects the divine feminine, the woman projects the divine masculine. And for a short period of time, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, it's absolutely blissful, absolutely blissful. They are so perfect. Every curve, every shape, every innuendo, every expression, everything about them is absolutely divine. And then a bit further down the line, not that long, maybe a month down the line, they start looking at each other and going, that's not as perfect as I thought they were. But look, here's the thing. To think that, it's not the real love, it would be silly, because to start a relationship, not all relationships start with falling in love. Some relationships gather their love and generate love as they go along, and the love gets stronger, and that's a great relationship. And some relationships start by this intense falling in love and they wither away. Not necessarily always the truth that way though, because you can start a relationship with no falling in love and it may not last, or you can start one falling in love and it has every possibility of lasting. But what a great way to start a relationship, by falling in love. But of course you've got to remember that relating, those of you that are in a long-term relationship will absolutely know this. Relating is work, it's hard work. Love is hard work. Falling in love is easy, it happens through us. And it's a wonderful experience, it's an absolutely wonderful experience. But it can't last, it doesn't last. And that's when the work of the relationship starts. And it's always an ongoing process. It's always a work in progress, always. Because love is always challenging us to expand upon it. So when you're relating with somebody, especially when you're in a long-term relationship, when you get really used to each other, you'll start seeing the other stuff. You started off seeing the divinity, but as time goes on, you'll start seeing the other stuff play. The other stuff is what's wrong with them. And now that's your own stuff that you're projecting onto them, and that's there to be healed as well. And so that's why it's always a work in progress, because when you're ready to heal stuff within the relationship will show up. Now, if there's enough consciousness, and if your relationship is founded in trust first, it has to be founded in trust, then love on top of that. If you've got those two components, then the relationship can always work. You can always make it better and better and better. You really can, no matter how big the challenge is in front of you. If both of you are looking from a place that is founded in trust and then love, then the relationship will keep presenting difficult times. It will, because it wants you to expand. It wants you to expand using the other partner as a means to expand yourself, because you're the only thing going on, right, that you know of. You have no other experience other than yourself. So in a long-term committed relationship, each partner uses each other to develop themselves, to find themselves, to expand and make life better. That's why love presents challenges, right? For love to exist, we've got to get the challenges out of the way. And love is an infinitely expansive concept. It's not just a concept, it's an infinitely expansive energy. And so it will always want to bring more love into itself. And because life is constantly changing, we can never stay in a constant loving space. It would become boring anyway. So we have the conflicts that come up so that we can discover ourselves and get to a higher place of love. So that's why we start relationships. That's why we fall in love. That's why it doesn't last so long, but it does offer a great founding starting point to have a relationship from. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this. I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.